Nah, we're not gonna be doing that. Instead, we're gonna be focusing on how this supercar, despite all of its performance capabilities, is able to handle all the mundane and boring daily tasks.
Yep, this car is really quick. This is a well-documented story about the Nissan GTR. You know that it's gonna be quick, you know that a Nissan GTR can keep up with or even beat something like a Lamborghini Huracan or something like that. But despite all its performance capabilities, you'd be surprised that this car is a lot more usable every day. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put my suspension to comfort mode, and the ride actually becomes supple enough that you don't feel that you're being thrown around in some hunkered down supercar. Now, one of the good things about the GTR is that it still uses a hydraulic assisted power steering, which means that there's really a lot of feedback. Every single move that you do and every single thing that's there on the road, you feel it through this wheel, and that's how this car makes it connected. Another thing is that yesterday I was driving a BMW X1. That was my test car before this Nissan GTR. And, well, those cars have good sound insulation. Those cars are really quiet. And at the same time, by the time you reach 100 kph, you actually don't know you're doing 100 kph because the car is well insulated. This Nissan GTR, however, it's not that the sound insulation is bad. It's actually good enough, but just enough that at 100 kph, you hear the wind noise, the road noise. And in a car like this, the one thing that you want to do is that you want to feel the speed. In a world where cars are well sound insulated from the outside world, the GTR is somewhat refreshing to drive since you hear all the mechanical noises. You hear the gearbox whining, you hear the turbo spooling, you hear even some noises that, well, those are the noises that I haven't even heard before in other cars. And those mechanical noises that are linked to this car, the driving experience, makes you even more connected to this car. So of course, apart from the tenacious grip this car has, you have of course that YouTube viral kind of thing wherein the GTR has a lot of reaction videos on how this car accelerates from 0 to 100 kph, and well, that's something I can really attest to. Okay, so well, that didn't really go well, but basically that proves that this car is, well, that's how brutal the acceleration of this car is.
And finally, the 6-speed dual-clutch transmission of the GTR uses a wet clutch system, which means that there's less of the jerkiness you expect from a dual-clutch transmission. To sum it all up, the Nissan GTR is one of the few supercars that you could use on a daily basis. Oh, and assuming you're concerned, I achieved a little less than 6 kilometers per liter, assuming that's your concern if you're buying a supercar. Step inside, and you'll see that the GTR has quite a luxurious interior. Almost every surface is covered in hand-stitched Nappa leather, which really gives it a comfortable and premium vibe. There are also a few carbon fiber bits that hints at its performance. As a whole though, the now 12-year-old Nissan GTR's interior is feeling quite a bit dated at this point. The Nissan GTR provides a lot of space for 2 people. You really wouldn't think that you're driving a hunkered down supercar thanks to excellent all-around visibility and well-padded seats. The Nissan Connect infotainment system is full of features, but it's a bit clumsy to operate. It is really at its best when displaying a multitude of digital gauges, which were designed by the same people who made Gran Turismo. And that's the cool thing with the Nissan GTR. Despite the GTR's tenacious performance, it's a supercar that's friendly to be used on a daily basis. Yeah, sure, the rear seats can be quite impractical, but the rest of the package is practical enough to be used by 2 people. Godzilla, it seems, is quite easy to tame.